empowerment. So it's the furthest thing from selfishness. Number two, abortion is absolutely should be a right. Abortion is very important, and it helps women with healthcare, it helps women in low socioeconomic groups. Studies show from the National Institute of Health that women who are able to get access to safe abortions tend to fare much better than women who can't get abortions. Appreciate the gift. And so it would be silly to try and put women in tough situations where they aren't able to get an abortions and live worse outcomes, worse livelihoods. It's just all the data indicates that. It's like, I don't understand what's up with you.
That's exactly why I said it's convenience-based. It's self-centered.
Yeah,
it's me, myself, and I.
All things are technically, self-centered, but again, convenience-based. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it being convenience-based? Again, obviously, with the abortion debate, we're talking about when the fetus deserves a moral value to live. If I believe that to be 24 to 28 weeks, then again, are we debating? What are we even debating here?
Yes, that's the problem. It's the prioritization of life over convenience. Like I said, you said 24 weeks.
Okay,
I
so
said,
when do you think that abortion should be allowed, or do you think it should be allowed at all?
like I said, I don't believe human life plus something else. I believe human life in and of itself is worthy of protection and worthy of preservation. There is nothing more important than human life.
When do you think a human life begins?
When large gamete and small gamete meet and fertilization occurs. That's the unique genetic makeup of a human.
And after conception, if it's unalived intentionally, that would be murder, correct?
Yes, that would be the interruption of a human life. Absolutely.
Great. Okay, so that means all women who have IUDs are murderers.
IUD interrupts fertilization. It does not unalive fertilization.
No, it actually does, especially after the zygote is formed. IUD basically affects progesterone, which is a hormone that's used in the basis of maintaining the lining of the uterus. So if guess what happens when you remove the progesterone, the uterus can't maintain the lining, and so the fertilized zygote can't implant into the uterus, and essentially it's like starving a child. It's like not giving it the nutrients. And since you said after conception, it's an actual life worthy of protection, any woman with an IUD would be a murderer. And then you're saying you think all women also who get abortions should go to jail for first degree murder, which is quite frankly disgusting as well as saying that women with IUDs are murderers too. Logically, that follows on from your position. Is that what you're saying?
You said two wrong things. I think intentionally.
You just said if you unalive it,
Let me say what I said.
1 second, my dear boy. You said the rights it deserves is after conception. Are you saying that it's not at conception that it deserves rights? What point are you trying to make here? You're confusing yourself, my dear boy.
You said I believe women should go to prison. I did not say that.
Okay, so do you believe it? Listen, 1 second, my dear boy. Do you believe the fetus deserves
going
rights?
on random tangents?
Just relax.
Can you be precise?
Pay attention. 1 second. Just relax. You're getting angry and it's causing you to sound silly. Do you believe that the fetus deserves rights to not be unalived at conception? That's when, if you unalive it, it would be murder because they have the same rights as any of us would have to not be murdered. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I hold the medical provider accountable, not the woman.
Okay, so that's a truly ridiculous argument. And let me run
on what basis?
Yeah, I'll show you. Let me run a park argument on you. So would you go back in time if you could and put people... 1 second.
Are you 13-year-old or something? Why do you talk like that?
Just listen. Would you go back in time and put P3DOs, basically people who touch children, into prison? If you could go back and put pedophiles into prison, would you do that?
Can we agree on the life first before we go to hypothetical time travels?
I'm showing you why you said you wouldn't put the women in prison for getting an abortion. You said you would put the medical doctors who perform the abortion in prison. So I'm saying if you could go back in time and put pedophiles in prison at a time when pedophilia was basically legal, would you do it?
There is no reality of time travel. I wouldn't entertain that hypothetical.
That's why it's called a hypothetical, because obviously we're talking about an imaginary scenario. But the question is...
Because it's not even imaginary.
1 second, my dear boy. Stop running from the point. It's a hypothetical for a reason.
Time travel is not a point.
Just relax. If you could go and put them in prison, people who, engaged in intercourse with children, pedophiles, back then when it was legal, the age of consent, especially throughout America through the 1900s, it was like 9 years old. And even in Iraq today, it's also 9 years old. Would you put them in prison, yes or no?
I'm not going to entertain time travel hypotheticals. It's not a reality. It's not even imaginary.
You're not sure. Let's not do time travel then. Okay, today Iraq passed a law that, lowered the age of consent from, I think it was 18 back down to 9. Would you put the people who had intercourse with 9-year-olds, because that would technically be legal, in prison? Yes or no?
Yes, based on my moral principles, I would put pedos in jail. Yes.
Okay, exactly. So you don't go base, wait, hold on one second. But why would you put them in jail? Weren't they deceived into thinking that pedophilia was okay because it's legal? You could say that they were deceived into thinking it's okay, right? So
Yes, the
you wouldn't put them in
arbiters.
prison. So it's okay for them
Should
to have
I
intercourse with 9-year-olds.
answer? Should I mute it for you so you
Okay,
can
go ahead and
speak?
answer. Go ahead and answer the question.
You're all over the place. You see that?
Answer the question. It's a basic question. What I'm asking you is again,
Jesus
would you put
Christ.
the pedophiles in prison in Iraq who want to have intercourse with 9-year-olds? Yes or no?
Yes, I would put them in jail based on my moral principles.
Okay, but what if I said that they were deceived into thinking that pedophilia was okay because the law allows them to have intercourse with 9-year-olds? Would that excuse fly with you?
And I would eliminate the lawmakers, the legislators of that place.
Okay, so
Because
you
we
wouldn't
live in
actually put
different.
people who have intercourse with 9-year-olds when it's legal in prison. So you don't care about your
If
morality. You wouldn't put them in
they.
prison then.
What are
Because
you
it's not.
talking about?
So you wouldn't. You just said you would eliminate the lawmakers. So the people who had intercourse with 9-year-olds, you wouldn't put them in prison. You put the lawmakers in prison. Is that what you're saying?
They are the legislators of that law, right?
Okay, so I'm just confirming that if someone had intercourse with a 9-year-old in Iraq, you wouldn't want to put them in prison, correct?
I literally told you, under my moral principles, I would even unalive them.
You said you'd unalive them, but again, we just confirmed that. Okay, so why wouldn't you put the women who get abortions in prison if they're unaliving their children? No, why wouldn't you do that too? Because you find that to be immoral, correct? And that would be
The
murder.
difference is we're talking about advocation, right? At this moment, what do we want to see in our society? That's what we're talking
No.
about.
We're talking about we're talking about what you do on abortion. That's exactly what we're talking about. And it's a
Before,
one second,
yes,
my boy. It's a
before we
form of
can
advocation. But the point
Jesus
is,
Christ. Can you let people speak?
one second, my boy.
What's with the rambling?
Just relax. Calm down.
Should I just mute it for you? Talk with yourself,
No,
okay?
listen. Just listen. The point is this: answer this question. You just said that you would unalive the people
I
having
have to
intercourse.
answer your questions.
Listen, just listen. You just said you would unalive the people who have intercourse with children. Okay, so why wouldn't you put the women who get abortions for first-degree murder in prison? Because it's the exact same situation. They're doing something that you find immoral, and one is murder. How? Let's say a woman unalived her 3-year-old child. What would be her? What would you think her appropriate punishment should be?
For us to discuss that appropriate punishment, we have to understand it is a crime first. Do you agree it is a crime?
Listen, I know it is a crime, but I'm asking you a
Wonderful.
question. What would be her punishment? Answer the question. Stop answering the question with a question.
Before we
Answer
talk
the
about
question, my dear
legislation
boy.
and consequence, we have to agree on the crime.
Listen, answer the question.
You're,
We're talking
you're
about
jumping
morality.
to the conclusion.
Listen, 1 second, my dear boy. This isn't
Do
an
you just
argument.
want to debate?
Listen,
Is this how you talk?
close your lips and
Random,
listen.
all over the place?
All right, let's put a muzzle on him. This isn't an argument about legality. It's an argument about morality, okay? So that you don't need to bring up the law. Listen and pay attention, my dear boy, because you're intellectually struggling and you sound very foolish. So just listen. Yeah, we're going to move on soon, but I just want to help him out quickly. Just pay attention. If a woman unalived her 3-year-old child,
Can you
what do you think
please
the punishment
slow
would be?
down? Slow
Answer
down
the
a little
question.
bit.
Yeah,
You're
I know. It's,
yapping
1 second. I know your
non-stop,
IQ isn't large enough
rambling.
to
Can you
understand.
simply
I know your IQ isn't big enough to understand, but you need to just calm down.
make
If
a
a
point?
woman, listen, if a woman unalived her 3-year-old child, what should her punishment be?
It would be decided by the legal courts in
Okay,
the presence of a jury.
would you view it as murder if she unalived her 3-year-old child?
Yes, first degree murder,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, now if she unalived a fetus zygote immediately after conception, would that be murder too?
That would be considered based on the law of the land. If it's
Would
considered
that be
murder,
murder? Yes or no? It's basic. We're not talking about laws. We're talking about your morality. Would you view it as murdering someone who deserves to live, has the right to
absolutely.
life?
Yes, that's why we say it's double homicide when you unalive a pregnant woman.
No, it's not legality. That's irrelevant because we're not talking
It's
about legality.
double homicide.
Morality. Listen.
It's double
Okay, so
homicide when you
relax.
unalive
Calm
a
down.
pregnant woman.
Calm
Yes,
down.
it's a crime.
Calm down. 1 second, my dear boy. Just relax. Pay
Are
attention.
you okay? Drink some water.
Just
okay.
relax. Just pay attention. So you view it. So let's say a woman unalives her 3-year-old child. You view that as murder, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's say she unalives her zygote immediately after conception. Would that also be murder?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that means you view abortion as murder.
Third degree, yes. We can talk about the legality of it, but it is unaliving of a human life.
Okay. So what do you think the punishment for murder is in society should be?
That is decided by the peers of her jury.
I know it is, but do you think they should go to prison for life, 25 years to life? That's what you're basically saying, correct?
That depends on the
That's
details of the
exactly what
crime,
you're
but
saying.
it
So
is a
so you
crime.
think all women who get abortions are murderers, correct?
They are unaliving innocent human life, aren't they?
Do you think they're murderers? I asked you a question, yes or no. Do you think women who...
If you're unaliving a human life, what do we call that?
Listen,
Yes.
it's
The
a yes
same way
or
we
no
call
question. It's a
pregnant
yes, one second,
unaliving double homicide.
Listen,
Can you
it's a
let
yes.
people speak? You
Social
just want to
listen.
talk?
It's a yes or no question. Are they murderers?
What
Yes
are
or
you?
no? Just say yes or no. Yes or no.
Is a crime, yes.
Okay, so you view them as murderers, and hence you view them as to go to prison for 25 years to life. I think that's disgusting. What about in the case of grape and the mother's life? Are
Why
you
are
still
you
like?
jumping from a point to point? Can you be specific?
Okay, I'm bored of you. Anyways, let's move on to the next person, guys. This dude just didn't have an IQ above 10. He just couldn't. Hey, how old are you? What do you want to debate?
I want to debate that abortion is murder.
Okay, when do you think a fetus deserves the right to life?
When does a fetus deserve a right to life?
Yes, as in a right to not be unalived, as in, a right to not be unalived, as well as a right to,
When it's a fetus, as you said, when it's a fetus.
Okay, so when do you think the right to life begins? From, let's say, the sperm and egg meeting.
So in my worldview as a Christian, it's from the moment of conception.
Okay, so if a woman gets an abortion after that point, it's murder.
Yep.
Okay, so women with IUDs are all murderers as well.
Yep.
Okay, what about if the mother's life is at risk, or in the case of grape, those two instances?
If the mother's life is at risk, let me go at this in this grape first. With grape, you're still murder. It doesn't undo the grape. So I don't know why.
Yeah, so if you're telling me you had a 13-year-old daughter who was raped and was pregnant, you would force her to carry that baby to term?
Yeah.
Wow, I think that's insane and disgusting. But
it's better than killing a potential life.
I think that's absolutely insane. But anyways, let me ask you another question. What about if the mother's life is at risk?
If the mother's life is at risk, well, in the Bible's worldview, the mother would have to sacrifice her life anyway. So the mom has the mom says, let the baby live. That's what the mom says in the Christian worldview. What's wrong with that?
You're telling me if the mother's life is at risk, you would force her to still...
Are you telling me?
Even if she can be unalive from it.
Okay, so if I'm a mother and I love my kid, I think it's up to me, and I say...
Hey, what scripture backs that up? You have a single
if you love your kid, would you not sacrifice your life for your kid?
Brody, that's actually insane.
So you'd say, forget... So let's say a train was coming, and are you not going to push the kid out the way?
That's actually insane. Like, you're telling me, like, even if she had screening, that this pregnancy could risk her life once she's, the zygote is formed and all of that. Even if she's 1 week pregnant and she'll know she's pregnant, she should still have to be forced to be carrying that baby to term.
Yes.
That she could be unalive from it, correct?
So she can be unalived from it?
As in, like, she could pass away from, carrying that baby to term.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Wow.
What's wrong?
You said what's wrong?
Yeah.
Grape and mother's right to life?
I agree. Grape is wrong. Grape is wrong.
I'm saying, like, if they are grape, they can't get an abortion.
No, they can't.
And if the mother's life is at risk, they still can't get an abortion.
Okay, in the sense of the mother's life at risk, in the Christian worldview, the mother would have to say, let me give up my life for the baby because I've lived long and I've had my years. Like, it makes sense.
Okay, buddy. Okay. Yo, Leo, you were subscribed and then you unsubscribed. What happened? Your subscription benefits are running out soon.
This is what happens when your morality is based on God.
Listen, do you have any verse in the Bible that supports that?
That supports what?
I don't even care what the Bible says, but I mean, wow.
It says no greater love than this.
Let me just confirm. 1 second, my dear boy. You said women with IUDs are also murderers. Women with IUDs are murderers.
What's IUD?
Intrauterine device. Basically, it unalives the zygote after it's been formed, so there's no pregnancy. It's a form of birth control.
In my worldview, conception is at the moment of conception. That's when life starts. So there's none of that. So life starts as soon as the sperm meets the egg.
I know exactly. Once the zygote has been formed, after conception has occurred, it unalives that zygote.
No. The process of zygote, the process of conception comes before that. So I don't know.
Yes, after conception, the zygote has been formed. You know how birth works? You know how it works?
If I say life is after conception...
Just listen. it needs to implant into the uterus, but if the uterine lining, but if it's gone, then guess what? It can't implant and it'll pass away after the conception is formed, which is when you said it deserves the rights to life. So basically, it unalives a living human being, as you're saying, and it would be
Okay, yeah. Yes.
So women with IUDs are murderers,
Yes. You're killing a baby, bro.
and they should go to prison for 25 to life for.
Not 25 to life, but there should be
So that's if you view it as murder, then it would be the same as if
there should be some repercussions. There
It would
should
be
be
the
some.
same. It would be the same as if she unalives a 6-year-old child. It would be the
Not
exact same
really.
thing.
So do we say everyone that's killed, is on the exact same sentence right now? 25 to life. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, we don't have to get specifics of legality.
Oh,
but
no. Let's do that, bro. Let's do that. I'm saying that she should go prison.
Buddy, you're insane. I can't help you. I can't help anymore. God damn it. God damn it. That's crazy.
Wait. Why is?
How old are you? Pay attention, my dear boy. What do you want to
Oh,
debate?
wait. You said having kids is like bad, isn't it?
Okay, well, we're not on that point anymore. Learn to pay attention. Guys, you know what I think? I think all men should have a curfew of 7 p.m. Like, men just don't know how to act. Like, I actually do want this, like, known. I was thinking about it. Men genuinely need a curfew, and it is a fact. Like, I think all men should have a curfew of 7 p.m. because men just don't know how to act. I don't think men should be allowed out of their house after 7 p.m. I think that men should have to get permission from their partners if they want to, be able to leave the home. I think that's truly a good idea, and how we can reduce crime in society. Hey, how old are you?
What's up, bro?
How old are you?
21.
No, I mean all men. All men. Okay, what do you want to debate,
What?
son? What do you want to debate, son?
Yeah, about abortion.
Okay, do you think abortion's okay or no? Or
I think abortion should be mandatory in some instances.
this is
Especially
mandatory?
if, like-
Okay, then
like
you don't
for-
disagree with me, Brody. This is like, Brody, come on, pay attention. Like, only join if you disagree and you're 18 years old and above. Very simple. Double tap the screen. God damn it. God damn it. Double tap that screen. Also, feel free to subscribe. It helps support the stream too. Hey, how old are you, buddy? Let me finish. Brody, you don't disagree with me. I'm not going to debate someone who doesn't disagree with me. Okay, this person's afraid to join. You guys truly are afraid. Good Lord. Double tap that screen. You men are truly afraid. Hey, how old are you? Damn. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What do you want to debate, son?
Yeah, let's debate abortion.
Okay, are you pro-life, pro-choice?
Yeah, I'm pro-life.
Okay, so when do you believe the rights to life occur in a fetus?
Yeah, conception.
Okay, so basically, if you get an abortion after conception, it's murder.
Yeah.
So women who get abortions are murderers.
Yeah.
Okay, what about in the case where the mother's life is at risk?
Yeah, I'll give an exception for that.
Okay, and in the case of rape?
Yeah, I give an exception for that too.
Very good. So essentially, do you think women with IUDs are murderers too?
Yeah.
You know, IUD is a form of birth control. They're murderers if they have birth.
They're analyzing a child in conception. Of course, they're murderers under a pro-life view. What do you mean? This isn't like a hill to die on.
I mean, yeah, I think it's insane. Listen, what you're saying to me, I view as insane. I'm just like taking
You think
it in.
it's insane for a pro-lifer to say it's wrong to analyze
No,
a child?
I know it's obviously logical from your point of view, and it follows on. But I still think that point of view in itself is insane and harmful. But you're entitled to have it. And good lord, you're pro-forced birth.
I'll just explain to you.
I don't like pro-life. You guys don't really care about the fetus after you don't care about the life after it's been born, because we know the socioeconomic lives of the women as well as the child are lower. There's higher crime rates amongst children who are from a forced birth. So I think it should be called pro-forced birth. You're pro-forcing people to birth other people
It
unconsensually.
needs to be clear. The reason you think abortion is justified is why?
Yeah, so basically I think abortion up until 24 to 28 weeks, which is when consciousness develops, is perfectly justified. I personally believe abortion is fine up until that point, because I believe that when we talk about human beings, and I think the right to life, when we talk about our value, it's based on our conscious experience and who we are, our brains. Like, let me ask you a question. If I replace your hand, are you still the same person?
Yeah. I hold a psychological account of personal identity. So, I mean,
Yes.
I think identity starts at consciousness. I just think you can harm beings that don't have identities.
Okay, so can you harm a dead body then?
No.
Okay, so exactly. So, but again, I'm asking
You
you.
can still harm beings without identities. And I can give you the account of harm that I use. And I can
Okay,
explain
you
why.
said you can't harm beings without identity. Again, Like, what do you mean by that? Can you explain that in more detail?
Yeah, so I take a counterfactual account of harm. This is just to say that you can harm a being. This is just to say that some action is harmful to a being if and only if this action leaves the being worse